Good morning, everybody. Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your boy, The Show Off, and I'm back early in the morning. It's early for me because I work at night, y'all. Um, I want to take a minute to talk to y'all about context. 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 Context, y'all. Rest in peace to the young lady who was, I don't know her name, and I don't want to put her name on here because she was only 16 years old. But rest in peace to the young lady in Columbus, Ohio, who was shot by the police officer. But y'all, we gotta put shit into perspective, y'all. A lot of y'all were just ready to jump out there and haven't seen a thing, and a lot of y'all went out there and actually protested this. So let's talk about the context. Because at the end of the day, context is what can damage the whole movement. And when y'all decide to go out and start protesting for a cop shooting a woman, a young lady, who was not only yielding a weapon, but actually in the process of trying to use that weapon on someone who is unarmed. And now y'all out there yelling Black Lives Matter, as if the young lady in the pink sweatsuit, who is also black, as if her life don't matter. So essentially what y'all are saying is that black lives only matter as long as white cops kill them. That this young lady should have been allowed to hurt or kill this other young lady. I don't know the situation. I don't know who was right, who was wrong. All I know is from the video, this officer had to make a split-second decision to try to protect someone who didn't have a chance because she was unarmed, and there was another young lady who was armed, who was actually coming, swinging a knife at an unarmed young lady. This young lady was actually yelled at and screamed at to get down. And I'm sorry to her family. You can come out and tell me she was an honor roll student or whatever the case may be. You can come out and tell me how wonderful of a woman, a young lady she was turning out to be, or whatever the case may be. But in that moment, you are only judged by that moment. And a police officer's top priority is to preserve life. And this young lady was trying to hurt someone at the least, or murder someone, or kill someone with a knife. This situation does not deserve a protest. It does not deserve you screaming Black Lives Matter at the top of your lungs. What really needs to be addressed is, how are we actually raising our children? This is a 16-year-old girl, had her whole life ahead of her. I'm guessing that the young ladies that she was going up against were also around her same age. And if not, there lies the problem within itself. If these young ladies were either younger than her, way younger than her, or way older than her, or whatnot, maybe she shouldn't have been around those people. But I don't know the details of the situation. But we're still out here fighting each other, and we cannot come to the conclusion that this woman should have been allowed by the police officers who are on scene to kill another woman. And that is the premise. You have to be very careful with what you say. You know why? Because this is literally an hour before the Derek Chauvin trial ended. Literally an hour. Less than an hour. So how you move going forward can compromise the movement and what we would think is some sort of progress. At the end of the day, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. When I watched that video, I hate to say this, and I hate it because a black life was lost. But the truth is, that cop did what he was supposed to do, y'all. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He did exactly what he was probably trained to do. This young lady could have stopped when she saw the cops. She could have just gone in the house. For some reason, we have to prove to people we're not scared of them. If we're asking these police officers to be taught to de-escalate the situation, how come we aren't teaching our children how to de-escalate situations? 9 times out of 10, they was out there fighting over a boy or a girl. Nine times out of 10, they were out there fighting over something that really didn't matter. Maybe how someone dressed, or 9 times out of 10, this little girl lost her life behind some stupid shit. And this other little girl was getting ready to possibly lose her life behind some stupid shit. Because we don't know how to teach our children what's important. It was said that she was in a foster home. Now the biological mom is coming out talking about how her daughter was a straight A student or honor roll student. And it's a waste. But unfortunately, in that moment, you're judged by what's happening in that moment. There shouldn't be any protest, y'all. There's no reason for you to be protesting. Not this situation. So y'all should save it. Save it. You're asking for justice? That was attempted murder. That was attempted murder. This young lady was involved in a situation where she was attempting to murder someone. Assault with a deadly weapon. Case closed. Stop talking about it and just pray about it. All of that standing in front of the police station and all of that stuff, you're compromising everything by doing that. Because you're essentially telling them that they shouldn't police us, period. And that we should be the judge, jury, and executioner in these situations. And that we should fight each other, kill each other, and call our own shots on how someone else lives or dies. Common sense, y'all. Where is the common sense? That's why I named this whole thing Loose Change. You have to gather your change back. You have to gather your common sense back. You have to start using context and stop thinking that every one thing that happens is the same thing all the time. Show off.